What should be done about migrants entering Canada through irregular border crossings?
I think that we're a global community, so the melting pot of the world is what makes a country like Canada so special. It's best to take the proper channels. But people are coming from pretty disadvantaged places where they got their kids' safety and health at mind. They got their own health and safety at mind. It is best to take the proper channels.
Well, I don't think that we should be paying for them. And I think we should just, if they want to come and work, then great. And if they don't want to work, then we can't accept them.
I feel like even though they aren't citizens of our country, we still should be doing something more, because there's still people at the end of the day who deserve a place to live and a home and food to eat. So I feel like we should be doing more as a country to make sure that people feel secure here, especially those who are coming from somewhere else where they didn't feel as secure. They should have a right to feel at home here.
So I am aware of the Roxham Road situation. We talked about it in class. I'm a student at Marianopolis. And I do think that it's a new strategy developed to counteract the current laws and regulations in Canada and Quebec specifically. But I do think that if we were to govern new laws, people wouldn't have to go through illegal routes. And I'm aware of...
People wouldn't have to go through legal routes?
Illegal routes.
Illegal routes.
If we made it easier and more accessible for refugees to enter the country without having to put their life at risk.
Irregular don't come irregular because you can't work. First, you don't have the papers that ensure you to work with the government or with anybody. It's hard to find a work without your papers, and maybe you will be lost and you will be in the street and nobody who is going to care for you. So you have to do your paper first, after come to Canada.
I think government should have good plan on it, because the people who are in the Canada, they work really hard to build this country, and I think the people who are working, they deserve the place here. So it should be restricted, and then they should be deported respectfully to their countries.
Obviously I think they should be coming in through legal means, like what our government outlines. I know the process is pretty tough for migrants to legally come into Canada, which I think that should be the case. I think we should be only admitting people that can contribute to our society.
That's actually not an overly big concern for me, and maybe that's because we're a little removed from the border. I guess if you ask somebody in Manitoba or Ontario, you might be getting a different answer. I think there has to be a certain amount of border security, but I think some of the people that are trying to get across and dying doing so is absolutely shouldn't happen. So
there's a process for it. My parents went through it. Every other immigrant has gone through it. There's a line, right? The idea that you're just going to allow people to just walk across the border, they need to do something about it before it gets out of hand.
I feel that honestly has to stop. I don't mind immigration, legal immigration. I'm all for legal immigration. Illegal immigration, no, something's got to be controlled way better there for sure. Honestly, I don't like it. It puts a toll on a lot of our stuff, healthcare, just everything for us. So no, I think a lot needs to be done.
I have a strong sense that we need to step up the border patrols in those situations. I understand those people are in difficult situations. However, there are a lot of other players in play that take advantage of these people and send them to these places, and including some U.S. government officials. And so I believe we can do more, definitely more border patrols, more border agents to deal with the situation. And these people are coming from difficult situations, and they find themselves more when they get here to be taken advantage of by others to make money to send them up here because they think it's easier for some reason. And then they get here and they realize it's not that easy.